Have you ever caught yourself saying, I'll do it later, or I'll start tomorrow? We all have. It feels so innocent, doesn't it? We whisper it softly to ourselves as if we are making a promise that tomorrow will be better, that we'll be stronger, more ready, more focused. But what we don't realize is that every later is a lie. Every tomorrow we postpone is a thief in disguise, stealing small pieces of our time, our energy, and our future while we look the other way. Hours turn to days, days turn to weeks, and before we know it, a year is gone. A year full of things we meant to start, dreams we meant to chase, and changes we meant to make. Time doesn't shout, it doesn't knock, it simply moves forward, taking everything with it, the chances we ignored, the words we never said, and the moments we never lived. Every human being, whether rich or poor, successful or struggling, receives the same gift every morning, 24 hours. The same hours for everyone. The student who becomes a leader and the one who stays behind both receive the same time. The difference is not the number of hours, but the value they give to them. Time is the currency of destiny. Spend it well, and it will make you powerful. Waste it, and it will turn you into a shadow of who you could have been. This is a story about a boy who learned this truth too late, and yet, just in time to change everything. In a small, quiet town, surrounded by fields and rivers, lived a young boy. He had everything a child could want: a loving mother, a wise father, good teachers, and a warm home. He was bright, sharp, and full of imagination. But he had one flaw that ruled his life: laziness. He always said, I'll do it later. When his mother asked him to clean his room, he said, I'll do it later. When his teacher gave homework, he said, I'll finish it tomorrow. When his friends invited him to learn a new skill, he said, maybe next week. Days passed. Weeks became months. And while his friends grew, learned, and explored, he stayed in the same place, surrounded by unfinished work, lost opportunities, and excuses that sounded wise but meant nothing. His parents worried. His teachers scolded him. But he smiled, confident that there was always more time. Until one day, he failed his exams. Again, the laughter of his friends hurt him. His mother's eyes were filled with disappointment. His father said nothing. And, for the first time, the boy felt the weight of what he had wasted. That evening, he decided to visit a wise old sage who lived near the edge of the village under a great banyan tree. The villagers said he knew the answers to life's hardest questions. When the boy reached the tree, the sage was sitting silently, his eyes half closed in peace. The boy bowed and said, Master, I am lost. Everyone says I am wasting time, but I don't understand why it matters. I am still young. I have my whole life ahead. The sage opened his eyes and smiled. You are wise to come here, my son, he said softly. You are intelligent, kind, and full of promise. But you have one great illusion. You think time will wait for you. The boy frowned. What do you mean, master? The sage said, Let me tell you a story. Perhaps it will help you see what you cannot yet understand. Long ago, there was a generous king. He ruled a rich and peaceful kingdom and was loved by everyone. He treated his people like his children. One day, while walking through the market, the king saw a man shouting angrily at the crowd. He went closer and realized it was one of his childhood friends. Now poor, desperate, and broken, the man was blaming the world for his fate. The king called him closer. My friend, what happened to you? The man sighed. I don't know, my king. Whenever I tried to find work, people rejected me. They said I was lazy, that I never finished anything. I tried, but luck was never on my side. The king thought for a moment and said, Tomorrow, come to my palace. I will open my treasury for you. From sunrise to sunset, you may take as much gold, silver, and jewels as you can carry. But remember, when the sun sets, the gates will close forever. The man's eyes shone with joy. He bowed and went home, dreaming of all the riches he would collect. But the next morning, instead of rushing to the palace, He said, I have the whole day. Let me eat breakfast first. He ate slowly, enjoying every bite. Then he said, it's still early. Let me rest a bit. He fell asleep and woke up when the sun was already high. It's hot, he thought. I'll go later when it's cooler. He walked outside, found a shady tree, and lay down again. The breeze was gentle, the air was calm, and soon he was asleep once more. When he woke up, the sky was glowing orange. The sun was already sinking. Panicking, he ran toward the palace. But by the time he reached the gates, they were closing. He cried out, please, just one more minute. The king promised me I could take gold. But the guards said, the sun has set, the time is over. The man fell to his knees, realizing that his chance was gone, not because he never had one, but because he thought he had more time than he did. The sage looked at the boy and said, do you see now? Every day is like that treasury. Every sunrise opens its gates to new opportunities. But when the day ends, those gates close. And what you did not collect is lost forever. The boy sat silently. His heart felt heavy. He thought of all the times he said, later. The times he ignored his parents. The times he wasted on things that did not matter. His eyes filled with tears. The sage smiled and placed a hand on his shoulder. It is not too late for you, he said. You are still young. Your treasury is still open. But remember, every sunset takes something away that you will never get back. So start now, before it's too late. That night, the boy could not sleep. The next morning, before the sun rose, he began to change. When his mother asked him to do something, he did it immediately. When his teacher gave homework, he finished it the same day. When new opportunities came, he grabbed them without hesitation. Weeks passed, months turned. Slowly, his life began to change. He learned new things, helped others, and felt proud of what he achieved. The boy who was once known for his laziness became known for his dedication. His teachers praised him. His parents smiled again. His friends began to look up to him. Years later, when he became a successful young man, people often asked him, what is your secret? He smiled and said, I learned that time is the only treasure we truly have. Every moment wasted is gold thrown away. He was right. Time doesn't stop. It doesn't wait. It doesn't offer second chances. The difference between success and regret isn't luck. It isn't talent. It's discipline. It's how you use your time. Think about it. How many dreams have you postponed? How many times have you said, I'll start tomorrow? Every time you do, a door closes. Every later is a lost chance that never returns. But unlike the man in the story, your treasury is still open, right now, this very moment. The question is, will you enter it today, or will you keep sleeping under the tree, thinking you have more time? Remember, successful people and unsuccessful people both have the same 24 hours. The only difference is that one values it, while the other wastes it. Time is life itself. Once lost, it never returns. So don't wait. Don't delay. Don't promise yourself another tomorrow. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is now. You have a choice. To begin, to move, to act, to live. Every moment you wait, a gate closes behind you. Don't wait for the perfect time. There is no perfect time. Life itself is waiting for you to begin. The sun is already moving across the sky. Don't wait until sunset to realize what you've lost. Start now. Start small, but start. Because those who honor time will one day be honored by it. And those who waste it will spend the rest of their lives wishing they could buy back a single lost day. The boy in the story learned this truth and changed his destiny. You can too. Remember, your treasury is open, the sun is rising, and every second that passes is a coin of life you'll never get back. Use it, live it, cherish it, before the gates close forever.